What's up, Bomb Squad? This is Don the Bomb back for another exciting, action-packed, fun-filled action figure review. And what do I have today? Well, I'm bringing all the curses to this video because today I have the very nice, very evil AEW Jazwares Ringside Collectibles exclusive Danhausen figure. This guy is very nice, very evil. He came on the scene a couple of years ago from the indies to AEW. He's more of a, a comedy character. He really doesn't wrestle too much. He just kind of shows up with best friends and puts curses on the heels, and the crowd loves him. And I like him too. I met him at Toy Hio last year. Went with my wife and stepdaughter, and it was really fun. He seemed like a nice guy. I had him put a curse on my wife, and I don't know if it was successful or not, but I'm still waiting for the results of that. Sometimes you have to have patience for those curses. Patience is the key. So, I got this around the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales at Ringside Collectibles, and as soon as I saw the artwork and the prototypes for this, I knew this was the Danhausen I was going to have to get for my collection. And like I said in an earlier video, I've been collecting since I was a real little kid, maybe 8 years old. And 99% of what I have are wrestling figures. And this goes back to the old WWF Big Rubber LJN guys from the 80s. And as we know, action figures, wrestling figures are, just getting better and better and better. They look more realistic. It's like having a little version of that person, right in your hands. So that's what it's all about, You gotta go with the progressions of technology. So yeah, this one is going to be great. And as you can see from the box, and another thing too about this exclusive here, I like to take the figures out of the boxes and then throw the boxes away. But when you have a box like this, how can you really throw it away? Look at this. It has Danhausen with his cape. Very nice, very evil. And then there he is right there. It's hard to see with the reflection of the light, but it just opened the cape and there he is. And then you have the top. It just says Danhausen. There's a picture of the man's face, ready to put a curse on you. And then on the side here, very nice, very evil. That spiral effect. Looks like you're going in a hypnosis or whatever, which is pretty cool. And then on the other side, I think I already showed that. And then underneath on the bottom, you have the barcode and all the other jibber jabber that I don't know if anyone ever looks at. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to take him out and unbox him. And hopefully this review does not go off the rails because, as I mentioned in another video, I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to splice the video. If something goes wrong, it's just going to go wrong, and I'm either going to leave it in there or I'm going to start all over and do it again because I have no idea. I just know how to press record, and hopefully the review doesn't go off the rails. So there we go. And once again, there's a quality box that I'm probably going to keep. And there Danhausen sits in what they say is the plastic prison. He comes with several hands and a couple additional head sculpts to go with it. Hopefully this isn't a pain in the butt to get out of here. We shall see. Yeah. Whoa. So far, so good. So far, so good. Yeah, this is definitely a cool figure, and I really couldn't wait to add it to my collection. This is going to go up front and center of my bookcase for everyone to see, or at least for me and my wife and stepkids to see. Oh, you hate to see it. Oh my goodness. Oh, he has come apart. He's come apart, and they have this plastic. Jazwares puts plastic on some of the figures. Oh my gosh. He's going to have to go to the action figure hospital for action figure surgery. So Jazwares will put the plastic on some of the figures that have cloth goods, so the cloth goods do not stain the plastic. And I've seen it where it doesn't really matter if the plastic is there or not. The figure is going to stain a lot of times anyway. And, you know, you hate to see the staining. Wish they'd find a way to, you know, not have that. But I would prefer the cloth goods over the rubber. I hate the plastic rubbery coats. They just look silly. And then some of the guys that have those rubber jackets or coats, they'll give them the giraffe neck to accommodate the rubber coat being put over them, and that makes it look stupid. I hate when they have the giraffe necks like that. So let me see if I can rebuild my friend Danhausen. What is this? I must go in the back. Oh, whatever. I'll put his hands back on. Like I said, I'm just hoping this does not go down off the rails. I don't know if it's supposed to be quite... It almost seems like my cape is a little torn. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. That kind of would be disappointing. It's like on its last thread. I hate to see that. Anyway, we'll go through the accessories. We have the... what would appear to be some cursing hands, where he's like, very nice, very evil. That's the only thing I can say, the impersonation. And then a couple more, kind of like Pointer. Once again, he could curse with these as well. Be like, you are going to be cursed. Yes. Ooh, my hands look gigantic there. That's what happens when you put them so close to the camera. But I want to make sure you guys get the, you know, the gist of this. All right, through the head sculpts. Let's see. There's one there with him. Let's see if you can focus a little bit. He's got a little bit of a wide-eyed, open mouth expression there. He's about to get beat up by somebody, or once again, put a curse on somebody. Here's a little bit of a more snarling face. Those are pretty cool. I definitely love figures that have, you know, face paint, and I also, you know, a fan of luchadors, Rey Mysterio and the Lucha Brothers. So I like the Lucha guys with masks. Tattoos are always cool too, and cool attires. Man, look at this. I'm gonna take this off of him real quick. Like this jacket, there's like a. It looks like it's hanging on by one thread. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be. I guess there's... I don't know. There's a little bit of a Velcro effect on it too, but the other side is, you know, sewn together pretty well. This side, it just looks like it's just hanging on by a thread. So, but it's cool because it has the wire on the sides of the cape, so you can actually kind of do the effects where maybe the cape is being blown in the wind or whatever. And then on the back, very nice, very evil. That's pretty sweet. Picture of Danhausen. And then the figure itself, you know, he's a skinnier guy, and I think Jazwares does a pretty good job with the body sculpts or whatever. They, you know, to kind of be realistic to what the real life counterparts have. Now the face sculpts on guys that don't have masks or face paint, they can be very iffy, very hit or miss, definitely. If they miss pretty hard. If they hit it pretty good. Danhausen, since he has a face paint, that's pretty safe to say they got it with him. I do like the effect with the Jazwares figures. You're able to like pop off the head and the body pretty easily if you want, for those people that want to customize and make custom figures. I like that. The only problem with that is sometimes it makes the joints very loose. So be it as it may. I like the outfit here. You know, it's very nice. And on the other leg, very evil. You have the gray with the little black spots all over. And then his belt it's the reddish with the little teeth going around the belt. And then you have that spiraling psychedelic trance hypnosis effect there. And then he has the pretty cool little boots on with the looks like neon, yellow, green type of thing. So going real quick in the articulation, you can turn the head side to side. He goes up about that far, not too good, but, and then his head can go down enough, you know, enough to be dangerous, as they say. His arm can go back, up, down. You have the double jointed arms. That they do have the pins on the arms, though. It's always better when the pins cannot be seen. And in the past, Jazwares figures, the elbows would sometimes be very, very loose. It looks like they've corrected that issue, because sometimes it feels like if you're a kid that you would break them very easily. But, you know, trying to make it so you can see. So the elbow joints are a little bit better. And, you know, he's got an ab crunch. You know, it's not significant. Sometimes if you put the ab crunch too far up or too far back, the torso will just come apart right at the seam here. But we're definitely playing all the hits with this, man. We did face paint, tattoos, cool wrestling attire, cool head sculpts. Yeah, and then the leg, he goes about, he doesn't go that high, but he can kick like that. And then go. I'd rather the figure be too tight than too loose. You could always fix too tight, but once it gets too loose, then you'd be afraid that it would break. There, you can have the shoe like ankle pivot, and then the shoe itself can go a little bit. And then you have, once again, the double jointed knees. But you can see the pins, of course. It's enough. I mean, I think they're good enough. So there he is. I'm really concerned about my cape, though. The cape seems, I don't know, like it's gonna detach. I just hate that. But otherwise, this is a great figure. Like I said, he's gonna, is this supposed to go back like this? I don't know. I'm just, once again, concerned about this little strap. I'm gonna have to do something about it, because if you look at it, it just looks like it's hanging on by a thread. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I think it was about $35 on Ringside Collectibles, which I think it's still around that price. Like I said, with the wire and the cape, you can do like different little cape poses. But definitely, it's if anyone that is a wrestling figure AEW fan, they probably either already have this figure or it was high on their want list, because this definitely checks all the boxes of being a cool, awesome figure. I mean, this is a figure that you could go down the aisle. Not this, but this particular one you won't see in the store because it's a Ringside exclusive. But this is something that a kid might see going down an aisle and be like, "Oh, mommy, I want to have this figure," because it looks cool. You could probably kind of blend them in with what other collections you have. So this is definitely an all-timer right here. He's pretty damn awesome, and I'm happy to add him to my collection. The AEW Jazwares Ringside Collectibles exclusive Danhausen figure. It should still be available at Ringside Collectibles now. And like I said, I paid around $35 for it. So anybody interested, you can definitely find them out there. And I definitely say, you know, if I give them a rating, I would have to give this at least a 9 out of 10. And the only thing that keeps them from getting higher is this thread here. I'm just so concerned that it's going to detach, and once that happens, game over. I'm no seamstress by any imagination, so I'm going to have to use some staples or something. But once again, it's an awesome figure, though, and I highly recommend it. So with this latest Danhausen action figure review, I just want to let you guys all know out there, all those young kids, all that glitter isn't gold. And if anything, just be very nice and very evil.